Update Young and the Restless next week, full July 13th to July 1720-6. Welcome back to our channel, besties. Today is a beautiful, chaotic day to absolutely lose our minds over the latest Genoa City drama. So grab your iced coffees and let us dive right into this mess because we are genuinely not okay and the tea is scalding hot. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now. I am literally shaking. Wait, we need to talk about this now. I am literally filming this while I am running errands, dodging shopping carts in the parking lot because I just had to jump on here and vent. I was mid-skincare and smeared charcoal mask all over the rug when I saw the ending of this episode, and I literally had to yeet my phone across the room. We are not just watching this show anymore. We are invested. My soul has actually left my body. Send help. The sheer, unadulterated cinematic mayhem that just unfolded on our screens is basically the most insane, world-ending tea ever. And I am personally offended and simultaneously living for every single second of it. The stakes are astronomical, and my grip on reality is slipping. Let me just catch my breath because I am hyperventilating right now. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but let us start with the Abbott mansion because the vibes were genuinely immaculate and yet so unhinged. We have Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Ashley Abbott, and Traci Abbott sitting around, drinking wine, and celebrating. Lauren is officially being crowned an honorary Abbott sister. I am straight up obsessed with this trio. After everything Ashley has been through, like, hello, Patty, and Dr. Markham literally kidnapping Abby and Dominic, which was a total dumpster fire of trauma. Seeing Ashley smile and clink glasses with Traci and Lauren is the self-care we all needed. But wait, did I say that yet? Ooh, my brain is mush. Moving on, the aesthetic of their wine glasses was so chic. I was staring at the crystal reflections instead of listening for a solid minute. Wait, I am glitching. Okay, back to the main event. Let me circle back to Lauren, Ashley, and Traci, because honestly, that scene was the palate cleanser we desperately needed before the prison chaos. Traci Abbott, the literal angel of Genoa City, pouring wine and smiling like her family, was not just dragged through the mud. And Ashley, bestie, Ashley was feral just a minute ago when Abby and Dominic were kidnapped. She was ready to burn the city down, and now she is officially inducting Lauren into the Abbott family. Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, an honorary Abbott, it is so iconic. But also, it makes me so nervous because whenever characters are this happy and celebrating, the writers are just setting them up for a massive fall. Did I say that yet? Ooh, my brain is glitching again. But seriously, the aesthetic of them sitting there, it was giving rich anti-energy, and I am straight up obsessed with it. Because while the Abbott women are living their best honorary sisterhood lives, the Newman men are straight up choosing violence. Bestie, be for real right now. Victor Newman is officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done with him. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson marched into Victor's office looking like an absolute power couple. Don't even get me started on Chelsea's blazer. It was giving major CEO energy, and they pitched this whole 6-month plan to rebuild Newman Media. They had charts, they had a vision, they had passion. And what does Victor do? He completely shuts them down. He basically looks at them like they are annoying toddlers and gives them a take it or leave it offer that completely guts their plan. I was screaming at my screen. Victor just wants to do everything his own way, and he is genuinely so toxic for this. It is giving major villain arc. And I am calling it right now. This dynamic is about to go nuclear. And speaking of people who are totally over Victor's unhinged behavior, we desperately need to talk about Billy Abbott and Kyle Abbott. I am clutching my chest because the Abbott men are finally waking up and choosing absolute warfare. Billy is pacing around, complaining that Victor is this massive, glaring target that everyone somehow keeps missing. Like, yes, Billy, thank you, finally, someone is saying it. But Kyle. Oh my god, Kyle is out for blood. Kyle straight up asserts that Victor is not going to get away with it this time. Kyle is putting all the blame squarely on Victor for unleashing Patty Williams and causing this massive, apocalyptic disruption to their family. Kyle's eyes were practically glowing with vengeance, and I am totally here for it. Manifesting a total dumpster fire for Victor by the next update because Kyle is plotting, and when an Abbott plots, you know the tea is going to be scalding. And then we have Billy and Kyle expanding on this. The contrast is insane. The women are drinking wine, and the men are plotting a literal coup. Billy is so right about Victor. Victor has been out here manipulating everyone. I mean, look at what he did to Nikki. He literally convinced her she was dying, drugged her, and stole her Newman Enterprises shares. Victor is a menace to society, so when Billy says Victor is a massive target, he is genuinely spilling the truth. And Kyle is just nodding along, his jaw clenched, ready to go to war. Kyle blames Victor for everything, and he is not wrong. If Victor had not unleashed Patty, none of this digitalis poisoning, kidnapping, or blackmail would have happened. Victor set the board, and now Kyle is ready to flip the table. I am literally hyperventilating at the thought of Kyle Abbott going full ruthless businessman to take down Victor Newman. It is the character development we have been waiting for. Which brings us to the absolute peak cinematic masterpiece of the episode. The prison visit. You guys, I cannot even. Kyle Abbott walking into that prison visitor room to confront Patty Williams is a scene that will be etched into my brain forever. The lighting in that room was so fluorescent and harsh, it was genuinely giving psychological thriller realness. Kyle sits down, and Patty walks in. Patty is officially locked up, in her prison jumpsuit, and she looks so deeply unhinged. And you know what she says? She literally admits that Kyle is not the husband she was expecting to see. She wanted Jack. She is still, basically, completely obsessed with Jack Abbott after everything she did. After kidnapping Ashley's family, after the padded cell photo, after the blackmail, she genuinely thought Jack was going to come visit her. I literally screamed into a pillow. Bestie, the delusion is astronomical. Let us dive deeper into Patty's delusion because it is genuinely fascinating and terrifying. Patty Williams has been obsessed with Jack Abbott for decades. Decades, besties. She has changed her face. She has poisoned people. Remember when she poisoned Summer Newman? And she has kidnapped babies. She is a walking, talking true crime documentary. And yet, sitting in that prison visitor room, in her drab jumpsuit, she genuinely, straight up believed that Jack was going to walk through that door and declare his undying love for her. She thought her little blackmail scheme with Dr. Markham had actually worked. She thought Jack sleeping with her on the yacht was going to magically erase the fact that she is a violent criminal. The psychological disconnect is astronomical. I literally had to pause the episode and scream into a pillow because the second she said, "You're not the husband I was expecting," I felt my soul leave my body. Kyle's reaction was everything. He did not even flinch. He just looked at her with this cold, calculated, smug expression that made me physically vibrate. Kyle leans in and completely shatters her delusional little world. He tells her that Jack is way too busy enjoying a perfectly happy, romantic reunion with Diane Jenkins Abbott. Yes, Kyle, drag her. He drops the bomb that Diane has been successfully treated for the digitalis poisoning. Wait, did you hear me? Digitalis poisoning? Patty genuinely thought she had destroyed Diane, and Kyle is just sitting there, gloating, letting Patty know that her entire toxic master plan was a complete and utter flop. Diane is alive, Diane is recovering, and Diane is back in Jack's arms. I was mid-sip of my iced coffee, and I literally choked. The absolute audacity of Kyle to rub it in her face like that. I am living for it. And Kyle, oh, Kyle, he did not give her an ounce of sympathy. He was so cold, so calculated. He looked at her like she was a bug on the bottom of his very expensive designer shoe. When he told her about Diane surviving the digitalis poisoning, he dragged out every single syllable. Digitalis poisoning. He wanted her to know that her toxic little concoction failed. He wanted her to know that Diane is basically invincible at this point. And then, the cherry on top, telling her that Jack and Diane are having a beautiful, romantic reunion. Kyle knew exactly where to twist the knife. He knew that Patty's entire existence revolves around Jack, and by telling her that Jack is perfectly happy with Diane, he completely shattered her. It was brutal, it was unhinged, and I was absolutely living for it. I am calling it right now. Kyle's villain era is slowly creeping in, and I am not mad about it. Patty's face, you guys, send help. Her face completely fell. You could literally see the exact moment her soul left her body. She was so furious. She was seething, shaking with rage that Jack and Diane got there happily ever after while she is rotting in a prison cell. It was not the outcome she wanted, and Kyle was just soaking up every single second of her misery. It was giving major I am the main character energy from Kyle. He is watching this woman, who terrorized his mother, blackmailed his father, and kidnapped his family members, just absolutely spiral into a pit of despair, and he is not sorry at all. Honestly, same. Patty is a menace, and she deserves every ounce of this karma. I am literally hyperventilating just thinking about the sheer power dynamics in that room. But wait, hold on, I missed the most important part because my brain is literally buffering from the sheer audacity of Kyle's endgame. Kyle did not just go there to gloat. Oh no, he is way too strategic for that. Kyle starts planting these little seeds of manipulation. He knows Patty is going down anyway. She is caught, she is in prison, her life is basically over. So Kyle flips the script. He tries to convince Patty to turn on Victor Newman. He wants her to team up with the Abbotts to take down the mustache once and for all. He is basically like, look, Victor used you, Victor unleashed you, and now you are taking all the fall while he sits in his high tower. Give us the dirt on him. It is a psychological masterpiece. Kyle is playing 4D chess while Patty is playing checkers. But then, the twist. Kyle doesn't just want to break Patty, he wants to use her. He leans in, the fluorescent prison lights reflecting in his eyes, and he pitches the ultimate alliance. Turn on Victor. Give the Abbotts the ammunition they need to take down the mustache. It is such a wild gamble. Will Patty do it? She hates Victor, sure, but she is also completely unpredictable. What if she takes Kyle's offer and somehow twists it to cause even more chaos? Manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because there is no way this goes smoothly. Patty is a wild card, and Kyle is playing with fire, but honestly, I am here for the chaos. I want the explosions, I want the drama, I want the absolute cinematic mayhem. I am genuinely unwell over this proposition. Will Patty actually do it? Will she let her hatred for Victor override her obsession with Jack? I am manifesting a total alliance of chaos. Imagine Patty Williams and the Abbotts teaming up to destroy Victor Newman. The villain arc is about to go nuclear, and I am here with my popcorn, completely unfiltered, just waiting for the explosion. Honestly, this show is my entire personality now, and if Kyle actually pulls this off, I will never recover. The stakes, the drama, the absolute mess of it all, I am physically vibrating. This specific betrayal and manipulation is attacking my soul in the best way possible. Let us just take a moment to deep dive into Kyle's psychology here, because I am genuinely fascinated. Kyle has been pushed to the absolute brink. For weeks, he and Jack were desperately searching for Diane, thinking she was having a mental breakdown, completely unaware that Dr. Markham and Patty were holding her hostage. And then finding out about the digitalis poisoning? Bestie, Kyle almost lost his mother permanently. The trauma is real. So seeing him sitting across from Patty, so cool and collected, is honestly a trauma response turned into a weapon. He is channeling all that fear and panic into pure, unfiltered vengeance. He is looking at the woman who almost destroyed his family, and he is using her. It is so dark, so unhinged, and I am totally living for it. And can we talk about Diane for a second? The fact that she survived digitalis poisoning is a miracle in itself. She was locked in that barred room, gaslit by a corrupt doctor, and poisoned. The absolute terror she must have felt, and now, to hear that she is having a happy reunion with Jack. It makes my heart swell, but it also makes me so anxious, because in Genoa City, happiness is literally just a placeholder until the next disaster strikes. I am calling it right now. Diane is going to have some serious PTSD from this, and Jack is going to go full protective mode. But for now, Kyle gets to use their happy reunion as a weapon against Patty, and it is poetic justice at its finest. Meanwhile, back at Newman Media, I cannot stop thinking about Adam and Chelsea. Victor's take it or leave it offer is such a classic Victor move, but it feels different this time. Adam has been trying so hard to prove himself, and Chelsea has been right there supporting him. To have Victor just casually crush their 6-month plan like it is nothing? It is going to push Adam over the edge. We all know Adam has a dark side. Hello, Spider. And Victor is basically poking the bear. If Kyle and Billy are plotting against Victor on one side, and Adam is getting alienated on the other, Victor might actually be facing a war on multiple fronts. I am literally shaking at the thought of an Abitatum alliance. Could you imagine? Honestly, my brain is mush. I have been talking for so long. My iced coffee is completely watered down, but I do not even care because this tea is keeping me energized. The sheer audacity of Patty expecting Jack, Kyle's smug takedown, the Abbott sisters drinking wine while the world burns, and Victor alienating everyone around him. It is a cinematic masterpiece. I am going to be spiraling over this until the next episode. I need to go lay down and stare at the ceiling because I am officially deceased. Send help, besties, because the Genoa City lore has completely taken over my life, and I am not okay.